your sales manager's customer interaction. This is critical. So why do I need a sales manager? There's reasons why you guys need a sales manager. Don't think that you're above the sales manager by any means, okay? Your sales manager there is to work with you and actually work for you. There's a thing called touching desk. There's a thing called no one leaves until you talk with the boss or the manager. Those sayings are in the car business for a reason. It's because we need to work them as a team. So when you're actually with a customer, don't think that just because your customer says, okay, well, I got to get going, Nick. We'll give you a call. We'll talk to you later. And he's tapping his watch saying, okay. And you're going, okay, good. Well, we'll see you later. And bye, bye, bye. And they take off and leave. Well, I'll tell you right now, the first thing that's going to happen, as if I was your manager, because I probably saw you with the guy. A good manager's got his eyes like this. A good manager will see the whole store all the time. When you don't even think you know what you're doing, a good manager will know what's going on in the whole store. So, but I will end up saying, hey, Nick, what happened to that guy? And you're going to go, oh, well, he's got to go home and he's going to think about it. And I'm going to go, okay, what's he thinking about? So now, there's two things happening here. I'm upset that you let him leave. What happens is if you keep doing that over and over again, what do you think's going to happen with me and our relationship from manager to salesperson? I'm going to eventually say, listen, you've got to stop doing that, or it's to your advantage that you get the managers involved. I used to get my managers involved. You know how I talked about earlier, I went from 11 cars to 8 to 6 to 2. I went downhill. The big reason was the last couple months of my downhill spiral was because I didn't get the managers involved. And those answers I have right in there. I can do it without my manager. That's why I have these in here. I can do it without my manager. I'm not incompetent. I know my customer better than they do. If I introduce my manager, I'll look like I have no authority or credibility. Don't you think that's going to sound familiar for one of you guys? You're going to think, I don't need to get my manager involved. I'm pretty strong. I'm pretty good. I'm not going to get them involved. I won't look that good I won't look very professional if I get them involved. My manager will just scare them off or push them away. I had one manager that I worked for. I couldn't wait to get him to talk to all of my customers. He used to go in and, oh my God, he'd go in with a smile on his face, and he just had that, he could click with people in 2 seconds. He barely even knew them. He'd just come in and say, hey, my name's Jim, how are you? Nice to meet you. And he'd go, oh, how was everything? And he'd a little chuckle and a laugh, and then I'd walk away and he'd sit down, and seriously, 10 minutes later, done. Deal, sold. They weren't going home. They just finished it. He'd come out and go, okay, Darren, and he'd just give me a little tap. Darren, okay, it's done. Just go make the file. And I'd go, checkpoint. Because what did they just tell me 10 minutes earlier? They told me what were they doing? They're leaving. Yeah. Your managers are there to help you close sales. It's all about teamwork. Early sales manager interaction. So the best athletes have coaches and trainers that work for them, right? Technically, right now, I'd be considered, your pre-trainer to the actual hitting the floor stuff. So I'm going to be giving you the fundamentals, but then when you get on the floor with your managers are going to be taking what I did and then tweaking that around. Before you know it, you guys will be selling machines. Anyway, touching desk, critical. Touching desk, no one leaves until you talk with the manager or the boss. And remember, it's not because you're being treated like a child. I don't care if you're 20 years old or 100 years old. You're not being treated like a child. Work with the manager on everything. And I'll tell you again, if you don't, it is grounds for your Gandhi. There's a way to exit from the customer. Mr. Customer, give me 1 minute, I'll be right back. I did not say I'm going to see the manager. Clear on that. Did everybody hear me?
Yes.
I did not say, give me 1 minute, I'm going to go talk to my manager. Don't say that. Okay. Just think of the psychological part of that. I'm going to go see my manager. What are some people going to say to you, Sean? They're going to say, what?
Why can't you do it?
Well, they're going to say, why can't I do it? Or they're going to say, don't get your manager.
That would make me feel pressure.
Like, oh yeah, what are you getting your manager for? If I'm going to get my manager involved, am I going to bring him over here? I don't even want to tell you that I'm bringing him over.
Right.
Especially if I had, if we got a real good closer manager. Anyway, touching desk, critical. Touching desk, no one leaves until you talk with the manager or the boss.